The emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here. Zobu, zobu, reigning by master. Toya dike, menu dike. Toya dike, menu dike. Iye jamara dike ruenu, ekwe chenjigo. Iye jamara dike ruenu, ekwe dagarigo.
Disgraceful.
The emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here. Zobu, zobu,
we are live and we are direct. You may not like it and find what I. If you like it, if you don't like it, you don't
But there is one thing I want all of us to understand this very evening. We are facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within. And we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you, that they may know that the God we worship is an invisible God, not a God that was wrought by the hands of men. For we do not worship idol, and we can never ever worship idol. Is impossible. This very family, this IPOB, belongs to the Most High. CHUKWUOKIKEABIAMA, and that is how it's going to be until Biafra comes and beyond to eternity. This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us from every corner. I am not saying this as lamentation or complaint. I am only trying to prepare our people for what is to come. You are being prepared for what is to come. The time has come to separate the chaff from the wheat itself. Our march is very, very near. The enemies are trembling, they are quaking, they are doing all they can to try to stop us. But they have failed very woefully, and they will continue to fail. But I want to tell you that we are getting attacks from everywhere all over the world. And very soon, they will buy over some of you. They will buy some of you over. The spirit of CHUKWUOKIKEABIAMA and Ifajuna are still in some of you. When the time comes, they will buy you over. I am not doing this program tonight to ask all of you to be strong. I am doing it to remind you, not that if they succeed in buying you over, you're not going to stop what we're doing. You can't. You cannot. Not in a trillion years. But I need you to appreciate one very simple fact. That at the end of this very race, everybody will testify that indeed CHUKWUOKIKEABIAMA, the same God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the same God of Ehiri in Aguleri, the same God of Umweri, the same God of Ora-Eri, the same God of Owe-Eri, the same God of Arochukwu. Not to be nobody, the true God, one true God. You will know that indeed, not only is he omnipotent, that same God is the owner of this very agitation. No human being can stop it. We have enemies, and we need to be very, very careful, both within and without. Very, very careful. The next 2 weeks will be very pivotal. Next 2 weeks will be very, very important in the life, or should I say, in this very mission that we have embarked upon. The devil will do everything. And you are going to watch spectacularly how we are going to destroy and shame the enemy. That at the end, every glory and adoration will belong to God and not to man. Now let us go and tell you what is happening that some of you do not understand. I want those of you who are hardcore, those who we are chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb they were born to do this very work. You must be very, very strong. Because Biafra will open the eyes of black people all over the world. Because Biafra will mean that blacks from America, blacks from the Caribbean, from Southern America, they will all flood into Africa. It will be like the time that Yeshua was born. Biafra is like a light, a beacon. They will follow it. They will say, let us go and see what is happening there. That is what these neo-colonialists do not want. They don't want Biafra to come. I am telling our people so they understand. The mountains, I didn't say one mountain, the mountains in front of us that we need to overcome. And for us to overcome it, we need to be very strong mentally, mental strength. Just like when you're doing anything in life, and it appears as if you are being buffeted from everywhere. That is the time that you no longer rely on willpower or your muscles. You go to your brain to endure and to persevere and to keep going until you overcome. That is the stage we are in right now. To make sure that our brain is in gear to confront everything the Janjaweed has to throw at us. We don't have money. Their budget is over $20 billion to fight us. They can bribe Facebook. They can buy them off. They can do anything they like. They can come to some of you and bribe you off. They can promise you what you've never had before. They can give you maybe a house in Dubai. They can promise you a vehicle. They can tell you, oh, we'll make you vice president. They can promise you anything to make sure that you're like them. But this very IPOB, this very hardcore is not going to move. And I will tell you why we can't move.
We have tried to live in Nigeria designed by Great Britain and handed to us. We have found it difficult to live in that Nigeria. We have fought a civil war, killed so many people, and still we have the same problems reoccurring.
Are defending him. Fulani people are defending him. But you idiots from the south, from the east, you're talking rubbish about your one Nigeria. Whereas a terrorist, a killer, a murderer is in government as a minister. His own people are the people defending him. But you are in the south attacking those who are fighting for your freedom. And you're telling me that your brains are normal. Maybe that's your one Nigeria. Whereas a terrorist, a killer, a murderer is in government as a minister. His own people are the people defending him. But you are in the south attacking those who are fighting for your freedom. And you're telling me that your brains are normal. Maybe there's something in suya, maybe in kilishi, and in that cattle that they give to us to eat. There must be something fundamentally wrong with us as a people. Fundamentally wrong with us as a people. And we must confront it. And confront it we shall. These people lecturing us about no secession. You're destroying the country. You people, you Fulani idiots, you Fulani bigots, you Fulani impostors, you Fulani vagabonds are the same people that welcomed the rehabilitation of terrorists. You granted bandits, killers, murderers, and kidnappers amnesty. I want Obiano to listen. I want Tripas to listen. I want Tripas, this idiot, Sarikin Fulani of Imo State, Hope to listen very, very carefully. You people are fools because you cannot listen very well. The same people you're fighting for, killing your own people because of them, they are the ones rehabilitating, so they claim, putting the army that we have today. Somebody might come and say, you have given the order that the police and the army should be attacked. All those idiots. Some of you fools who cannot reason, we are not attacking any police. We are attacking the terrorists that they brought into the police and into the army. They are the ones killing our people. We must defend ourselves. You fools cannot reason very well. We are not fighting any standing or legally, properly constituted army or police. These are the same Fulani terrorists, murderers and killers. The same people that went in, in Damatru or wherever it is, killing and slaughtering Christians in droves. You fools that cannot reason. The same Boko Haram that has been killing, the same Fulani terrorists have been killing people. They are the ones now in the army. Did you not see them? Recruit them into the army? You're telling me we shouldn't fight them? These are terrorists in police uniform and army uniform. You're saying we should not fight them? Is that what you're saying? Are you that foolish? Are you that stupid? This same Fulani pontificating about peace and unity and anti-secession whatever garbage that they are pouring out of their useless, stinking Janjaweed mouths. These same idiots, these same fools are the ones that rehabilitated Boko Haram. So they claim. These fools are the ones that granted amnesty to bandits. Now, let me surprise all of you. Surprise, surprise. Those that are giving amnesty to are Fulani terrorists, Fulani bandits, Fulani kidnappers, Fulani headsmen who are murderers and land-grabbing urchins. These are the people that are giving amnesty to. You people should reason. You zoo animals called Nigerians, reason for once. The hypocrisy in Fulani, their hypocrisy is astonishing. Hypocrites. Fulani, who is responsible for the state of almost anarchy in the zoo, who is responsible for the hopelessness of the security framework of the zoo, Fulani, who is responsible for insecurity, Fulani, who are the bandits, Fulani, who are the terrorists in the zoo, Fulani, which people are going about slaughtering and taking over other people's farmlands. It is you. You people are the problem. Unfortunately, some idiots from the south cannot see it. You wanted to show us that you know how to write grammar, writing rubbish about one Nigeria. You are defending something that's indefensible. Indefensible, you fools. Some smelly rats, some smelly garbage, gutter, alamajiri, gutter. The lowest of the low. If it's one of those of their fools talking, I will even understand. From the gutter. Not contributed one single thing to the advancement of the zoo. Not one single contribution has the Fulani ever made. Tell me one national contribution that the Fulani has ever made to the advancement of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Just name one thing, absolutely nothing. They want power and control of oil and gas. That's all they need, that's all they want, so they can run your lives for you and control your destiny. And you're not ashamed of yourself to claim that you're educated. ihe megbu unu ndị iwe were iwe gị na ọnụma gị wee bịa leta anyị ụmụ anyị wee na-anwụsị ụfọdụ nọ n'ụzọ ije ha anaghị alọta ụlọ ọzọ nne na nna wee na-ata ahụhụ wee na-ata ikikere eze nwaanyị kunie ka ọ gaa ubi gaa rụọ ọrụ Fulani chiri ehi bata ebe ala gị niile n'iyi okwu ebepụ ya isi anyị bụ ka anyị kpọkwa onye nwe anyị n'ugwu Awụsa ahụ ejide anyị wee gbuo ihe ọbụla anyị mara aka n'ime ha si maka ha aga n'ihu elekwa ọdụ ụgbọ mmiri n'igwe ọcha bụ ememiri ọhịa nke dị na Kalaba otu aka ahụ anyị na-ala nsọ ebe Biafra bụ ndị kọstọm sokwenye anyị n'etiti anyị anọghị n'ime mmiri kama kọstọm juru ebe niile ha wee na-ata anyị ahụhụ anyị kwuo kwesịpụta anyị ka kpọchie anyị kwuo kwesịpụta anyị ka gbagbuo anyị onye nwe anyị na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe ọ bụ ụzọ dị anya ka isi wee hụ ndị iro anyị n'anya wee karịa ndị nke gị akwa anyị bụ ụmụ Chineke akwa ọba aha anyị ka anyị na-aza akwa ọba anyị na-aza ike Chukwu akwa ọba anyị na-aza amara Chineke akwa ọba anyị na-aza Chisom akwa ọba anyị na-aza Chizoba nna nke dị nsọ onye ime eluigwe dịka otu onye iro bi na anyị bụ ụmụ gị bịa ka iwe zọpụta anyị bịa ka iwe napụta anyị n'aka ọjọọ ihe bịa ka iwe lụọrọ anyị ọgụ bịa ka iwe tituo ozu ọ bụ ọkọwa mgbe emilere Goliath Chineke nna nke igwe wee memiri Fero sikwa otu a mee ka Fero gbagụzọ n'ihu ụmụ ndị IPOB ka o wee taa akwụkwọ iguni ụtọ ọzọ ị ga na-edu anyị n'ụzọ niile nke ezi omume ọ bụla adịghị na anyị na-aga ndagwurugwu onyinye ọnwụ ọ bụgụ nwa bụ ekekere n'igwe n'ụwa onye ọbụla kere gị nweghị mmalite nweghị ọgwụgwụ kama anyị onwe anyị bụ anọkwa ahụ ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ n'ezie kama marakwa na okwu gị na-anọgide gị ego mgbe ebighị ebi ọ bụ ya mere anyị ji were gị n'anya isi anyị wee na-asị nna nke dị nsọ bịa ka iwe gosi anyị Biafra na ndụ na-abụghị n'ọnwụ bịa ka iwe mee ka ebe gị na amara gị wee kpuchiri anyị ka uwe bịa ka iwe zọpụta ndị nke gị bịa ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ka anyị na-ewetụta na nsọpụrụ na ịja mma site n'aha gị onye bụ CHUKWUOKIKEABIAMA
Good evening, fellow Biafrans and lovers of freedom all over the world. I welcome you to this evening program here in IPOB, Western Cape, South Africa Media. We are reaching you live from Cape Town. I want you, as you join us or as you are joining us this evening here in this program, to share the program. Remember to share this program. Remember to like this program. It is very, very important that you do so that those who does not know we are live may join us. It does not take anything away from you sharing and liking the program. So I welcome you, lovers of freedom. I want you to share the program in all your platforms. Invite your friends, invite your family. Talk about this page, talk about this IPOB Western Cape, South Africa Media. It's a place where you come and you hear truth. I bring you greetings from my coordinator, Mazino Sentalia, Western Cape representative. I also bring you greetings from all the 9 coordinators in Western Cape, IPOB. I bring you greetings from all the executive of Western Cape, South Africa, IPOB. I want you to always understand that in this part of the world, we are here to restore Biafra. We are fanatical about Biafra. We have no second option. The only option before us is Biafra and nothing but Biafra. To us, it is Biafra or death. We are followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Whether he is here, whether he's not here, we are his followers. We have no other leader. The only leader we have is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And as he is there in the dungeon today, we are following the IPOB Code of Conduct in all our activities. We are not those who said that so long Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not here with us, Code of Conduct of IPOB is no more viable. We believe that IPOB Code of Conduct is a compass. IPOB Code of Conduct is a torchlight. And as you follow it, you will arrive definitely to the point where our leader is leading us to. So we respect IPOB Code of Conduct, and that is why in this page and in IPOB Western Cape, we are not involved in saga, in propaganda. As IPOB Code of Conduct stated clearly, an opposition for the sake of opposition is an abomination in this struggle. We have acknowledged that, and we make sure that we do not join opposition for the sake of opposition. So here in this part of the world, in IPOB Western Cape, we will continue to follow the footsteps, the directives of our leader until he rejoins us soon. We are hoping that in the next few weeks, he will be released by the Zoological Republic. I welcome you once again, and I want you to remember to share the program. It does not make me happy when I notice that people don't share this program. You are not the only one who wants to hear the truth that we are bringing out from this page. This is IPOB Western Cape South Africa Media. Here we speak nothing but the truth. We are without fear or favor. We are fearless before our enemies. We are not here to represent any individual, but to present and to defend our fatherland, Biafra. To us, it is Biafra today, tomorrow, and forevermore. If you are offended by our resolve, we have no apologies for that. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of IPOB worldwide, and his position is incontestable. IPOB is here to restore Biafra, and we are not going to be swayed until Biafra is restored. Welcome once again to IPOB Western Cape South Africa Media, saying it the way it is. That is why in this page, we have no permanent friends and we do not have permanent enemies. We have a standard, a basic standard set for us or by us. As long as you met that requirement, you are our friends. And as our enemies, we know you and we put you in check. We are only praying and asking CHUKWUOKIKEABIAMA to touch your heart so that as soon as possible you will repent and start doing what is right. My name is Mazi Onyebuchi. I am the host, and by the special grace of CHUKWUOKIKEABIAMA Primihenine, I am the Parklands Unit Coordinator. Position I occupied with pride. Position that I'm happy to occupy, knowing that I'm serving Biafrans in that capacity. I welcome you once again, fellow Biafrans, and I want you to sit back and enjoy what we have for you today. And I say to you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you, depend where you are watching us from this cool and warm evening in this part of the world. I have a lot to bring to you before you, fellow Biafrans, but time will not always permit us to tell you everything that we have in stock, but we'll be bringing it bit by bit. Maka na ndị Igbo si na ọkwa nwayọ nwayọ n'ibe n'ibe ka eji eri anụ enyi. We continue to bring them bit by bit to you. You know what is happening in the Zoological Republic. As you know, Zoological Republic of Nigeria is Chibo Anuozo. There's always a new sad stories coming out from the zoo every blessed day. And I want to ask you if you had prayed for our leader today. As you already know and are aware, his court case, his Supreme Court case hearing, or whatever the name they term it, is coming up on the 15th of December. In a few days, in a few weeks' time, our leader is going to be in 3 weeks. Okay, let's just say 3 weeks. Yeah, our leader is coming to court for final hearing. That is when we know if the zoo has concluded to end this madness. Because to me and to every sane Biafran, what the zoo republic is doing is nothing but madness. You cannot keep a man who committed no crime. You cannot keep a man that your own court has discharged and acquitted. Keeping him amounts to breaking the law. And the zoo is doing that without apologies. And we Biafrans, we are watching, we are the eyes of the eagle, always watching. And we are not begging them to do what is right. What we are asking the zoo to do, we are not begging them to do what is right. What we are asking them to do is to pick up the courage and do the needful. The president of the zoo, we always call your attention because you are not the one who committed this crime, but you are abetting this crime as it stands today. Because you knew that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped by the previous government of Muhammadu Buhari. You knew it, but you decided to sustain this madness, irrespective of the fact that appeal court has discharged Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and barred the zoo from further prosecution and charges on these matters. You knew all these things and you claimed to be educated, you claimed to be a Democrat, you claim to obey the rules of laws. But look at where we are today. And from all the indications, I don't think that you are ready to do the right thing. But we are watching and hoping that you may have a change of heart and then do what is right. Only then will what CHUKWUOKIKEABIAMA is about to do to the zoo will be delayed. But as it is today, the anger of CHUKWUOKIKEABIAMA is brazenly upon the Zoological Republic. And everybody could see it, everybody could witness it, but the fact remains that the Zoological Republic never told themselves the truth. They always sat on the truth and decided that they should deceive themselves. Call for determination and political determination is not a crime. It is a right that everybody everybody has access to. You have right to determine the political party to belong to. You have right to determine the country to belong to. You have right to determine how to be governed. These are your rights, your human right, the basic human right, as it is ascertained in UN Charter, even in the Zoological Republic of Nigerian Constitution. Self-determination is legal in the zoo. But what you should be asking yourself this evening is, if self-determination is legal in the Zoological Republic Constitution, why is it that those who agitate or who talks about self-determination are being prosecuted, thrown into jail, and at times lost their lives? Why? Why is it that way if it is legal? Well, it is that way because those that British handed over Nigeria are nomadic people, the Fulanis. Those people don't have any business with laws. They don't obey their own laws. They don't respect it. They believe in that nomadic laws of the jungle. That is what Fulanis believe, and that is how they roll. That is why they do not respect the laws of the land where they are part of. They are the one who wrote the laws. They are the one who wrote the Constitution of the Zoological Republic. They are the one who passed it into law, that things must be done this way. But what you should ask yourself is, why are they not following it? Because from their own heart, they wrote these laws. Why are they not following the dictates of these laws. The truth is that they do not understand what laws is all about. They do not obey the laws, neither do they follow it. So that is why to them it is abomination to ask for self-determination. That is the reason why they went all the way to Kenya, colluding with Kenya and Britain to kidnap a British citizen traveling on British passport. Shame to Britain. It is a slap on their faces. It is a stigma that will last for generations to come, because Britain has lost its potency. British has lost whatever that made them who they are. They are not what they said they are. They are country without law, who fails to defend their own citizens. Whether he is white, whether he is black, it does not matter. It does not hold any water here. The reason is that Britain colluded with Nigeria government, terrorist government, and Kenya, greedy, corrupt government to carry out this evil against a British citizen. The only reason why they did all these things was to stop and slow down the agitation for Biafra. But what they failed to understand is that Biafra restoration is a project that comes directly from the throne of CHUKWUOKIKEABIAMA. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not call himself. He was called by CHUKWUOKIKEABIAMA. If you follow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he cannot do anything without giving the respect, honor to CHUKWUOKIKEABIAMA Premihenine, acknowledging that CHUKWUOKIKEABIAMA is the one that brought him, and that is how it is, and it shall continue to be so. Not even Britain, not even Zoological Republic, not even Kenya can stop this reality. So you cannot stop the project that CHUKWUOKIKEABIAMA by himself brought to be. That is why when they thought they have stopped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by kidnapping him, CHUKWUOKIKEABIAMA raised men more fierce, more direct, more mean, and who are determined to destroy everything in order to get Biafra. Today, some of them are saying, oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu were here, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is better, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is more human, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is more educated, more diplomatic, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is that. But the same Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when he was here, crying, shouting, speaking, none of you, in fact, you people looked at him and called him terrorist. Now you are making a choice between terrorists and terrorists. There are those terrorists who are more wicked, who are more inhuman, who are more direct, who are more wicked, who are more barbaric than other terrorists. That is how the zoo rolls. When you are doing what is right, when you are hitting them where it pains them, you become a terrorist. When you are telling them the truth, you become a terrorist. But what I'm telling them today to know is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to come out and not even a scratch on his body. I believe and I hope that by December 15th, the Zoological Republic will do the needful by releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because he is innocent, nothing has changed, and it still remains the same. After kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Biafrans has not stopped asking for freedom. That shows you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not send himself. CHUKWUOKIKEABIAMA sent him. So, the more you keep him, the more rough, the more rugged, the more angry you make us. Because some people are running out of patience. Some of us already they are out of patience. But I believe that the Zoological Republic is going to do the right thing come December 15th, 2023. Now, if you follow the events of past few days, few weeks and days, you will see what is trending. What is trending as usual is Ndi Igbo, our position in the Zoological Republic. Our lives is always in danger. Everything, our properties is always in danger. Our citizenship to the Zoological Republic is always in danger. Our existence, our race is always in danger. Everything that has to do with us in Zoological Republic is always in danger. We are always in a constant threat. Threat to our lives, threat to our properties, threat to our culture, threat to our traditions, threat to our way of life, threat to our survival, threat. That is what it is for us in the Zoological Republic. Hence, we continue asking that Nigeria should let us go. It is obvious, it is in the open, no more hidden, that we are not wanted in the Zoological Republic, part of it. And we have given in, we have embraced the reality. And that is why we said, let us go. Just like Moses told Pharaoh and the Egyptians in the days when his people were in Egypt. He once come to Pharaoh and said, Pharaoh, let my people go. Pharaoh will refuse. And they will continue, they will keep maltreating and meting out all manner of inhuman treatments to the Israelites until that fateful day, unknown to Pharaoh and the Egyptians, Israelites were set free by the powerful and strong hands of CHUKWUOKIKEABIAMA. And it's about to repeat. History is about to repeat in Biafra land again, in Nigeria per se. Because this time, the same thing that happened in old Egypt is about to repeat in Zoological Republic of Nigeria. And this time, the world will witness how CHUKWUOKIKEABIAMA will, by his strong hand, pull his people out of Nigeria. And when it happens that way, Nigeria will never recover, not in this life again. They have been killing us since 1945. They started killing us in the Nigerian zoological cage. We continue to pay the ultimate price. Biafrans continue to pay the ultimate price. In 1967 to 1970, we paid the ultimate price. Over 7 million of us were murdered, starved to death by the British government and Zoological Republic of Nigeria. They murdered our old men, our elderly, killed our infants through hunger and starvation. They could not get to our armies, but they barricaded and blockaded everywhere so that we may all die in hunger. We survived it, that attempt, the attempt to remove us from the planet Earth. We survived it. Today, in 2023, they have come with economic jihadists, economic strangulation, economic blockade. When I was young, learning trade, the Port Harcourt seaport was working. Ships with containers were coming in. Something in Onea, think water, and other ports in the Old Eastern region were functional. Suddenly, all these things were shut down. Those days, I remember our people, all the head offices of our people were located in Eastern region, either in Aba or in Onitsha, or in Port Harcourt. Our people had their main source of income stationed in the Old Eastern region, because they could easily clear their goods from the ports that is closer to them. But when Nigeria, through is it Obasanjo or whoever, came on board, when the economic jihad were set in motion, they closed down all those ports in our land. The reason why they closed all those ports in our land is that so that they could get our people to leave our land and then migrate to their own land. And it works like a magic. Today, all our people have their businesses stationed outside Biafra land. Just few people still have their businesses in our land, because it is near impossible for you to do your business in our land now, because before if your goods comes from China or any part of the world, most obviously is going to end up in Lagos State. Then you go there and clear it. After clearing those goods, you have to take it through container down to east. On your way, you may lose everything you have, because there is no road to take this container down to the east. There is no railway. You can say, okay, let me take you through the railway down to the east. They succeeded in making it impossible for people to ply the road with container. That container, either it fell on the way, or it is hijacked on the way, or you keep paying money until all the money you have and all the profits that you're supposed to make on those containers are wasted. So what are you going to do at the end of the day? That is why our people left our land, going to Lagos State to live and do their businesses. But today, I hear a lot of people, and I'm not saying that our people, they are doing it right by the way they relax in Lagos State. When they say that history have a way of repeating itself, only when you failed to recognize and learn from history, that is when it repeats itself. But if you learn from the history and you do everything to make sure that the history did not repeat again the second time. But in the case of our people, they failed to learn from the history. They failed to learn from what happens or what happened to their fathers. Today, what happened to their fathers is happening to them, even worse. Because after the war, after Biafran genocide, everything that our people had outside our land were seized. They lost it completely. Even those who had their monies deposited in the bank lost it. Even those who had their property stationed outside our land lost it. Now, you would expect that our people would learn and know that whatever you have outside your land does not completely, totally belongs to you, putting it in the perspective of the type of country that we are associated with. Because if you make what is it called? An investment shouldn't be made only in your community or in your state or in your land. No. It is supposed to be something that anywhere you feel that it is going to be yielding money for you. That is why people go all the way to America, Australia, any part of the world to buy houses, buy things, build, and make money. That is investment. But if you put in perspective the hatred for us, if you put in perspective what happens to us after the war, you would rather take that money, that investment, to a foreign country, to another country, countries like Ghana, countries like, other countries, not in the zoo. Any investment that you make outside our land should not be a serious investment. When I look at the money, the investment, the houses that is being demolished in Lagos State, I will hear the people talking about mentioning money. They use 500 million, they use 300 million to build these houses, and you ask yourself, why should you do that? Nobody's asking you not to build, but at least if you want to invest, take your investment outside the country or bring it down to our land. If it is not viable today, if you're not making enough money today, in the future you will. But you cannot put hand in your pocket, cough out over 300 million, build paradise on earth on another man's land. I know our people love good environment, good things. They want to live in a good house. They want to live, but you could build 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom flat, and put it nicely, live there. I am not completely blaming our people for what is happening to them today in Lagos State and any part of Zoological Republic. But what I am saying is that if you notice, as you have noticed, in fact, the reason, why all these things are happening? Because they don't believe in the Biafra we are clamoring for. Our people do not believe that this Biafra we are clamoring for is achievable. Because if they believed that the Biafra that we are clamoring for is possible and that is achievable, they will slow down in a certain things. I saw a house, or would I call it a castle, put up by one of us in Kano State. And I shake my head. And you see them, they are proud of it. When you come down to our land, you will never see a house an outstanding house, and you look at it and say, oh, what a beautiful house, what a beautiful edifice. Who did this? Who put this? Who built this house? I would say, oh, it's Alhaji Mustafa. He's from Kano State. He's from Castana. You can never see it. Or you see a wonderful, mall or something like that. And you say, oh, what a beautiful and gigantic mall. Who put it? It's Mr. Kunle. You can never see it. It can never happen. But why is it that we, Biafrans, will leave our land, will cough out millions to build in another man's land, knowing fully well that these people hate us, they don't want us, knowing fully well that in 1967 till 1970, that our people lost over 90% of their investments outside our land. What did you learn from what happened to your fathers? You learned nothing. That is why today we are crying. We always cry. When you hear that they kill people in the zoo, it's always us. When you hear about, oh, how they are marginalizing, it's always us. We are always open to be marginalized, or to be punished, or to be killed, or to be, we give out so much in the name of one Nigeria. I said before in this world, it's only Biafrans, Igbo people in particular, that are one Nigeria. We don't have any one Nigeria anywhere. What we have is ethnic nationalities. What we have are those tribal bigots. So those who put their tribes ahead of the country. Nigeria is concocted by Britain for a business purpose. And anything that will make that continue to sustain that business, Britain is in. That is why when we are trying to make Nigeria to integrate and assimilate into Nigerians, they keep pushing us away, making it impossible. Now, when we said, okay, you don't want us to integrate, you don't want us to assimilate, it's okay. Can we go? We need to go, and where we can feel the sense of belonging, where we can feel secured, when we can exercise who we truly are. You said no, and you start killing us. You start kidnapping us. You start treating us, showing us all manner of maltreatments. Now, the question you should be asking yourself is, those places that are people in our Bulado or in all the parts of the Lagos State, because now Lagos State is in contest. When you put Lagos State, I'm putting it in contest. Now we look at all these places that they said, oh, you build houses. How can you build houses here? Because it's in the industrial area, it's on the road. You're not supposed to build house here. Now, the question that people are not bringing up is this: did our people grab those lands? Like, did they take those lands by force? The answer is no. Remember, okay, if our people did not grab those lands, who sold those lands to our people? Why is nobody talking about those who sold those lands? Who are those people selling those land in Abulado? If government mapped out a portion of land for a particular project, and someone is selling the land to people, who is the person? is it not the right thing to do for the government to fish out the culprits, the person that is selling those lands to people? Then another question is, I heard that government they got C of O's and they got approval from the government before they start building in those lands in Ablado and other part of Lagos State. And if truly they got C of O's, if truly they got approval to build in those lands in Lagos State, which office was issuing those C of O's and which office was giving the go-ahead, the clearance to continue to build? And if you say that government is not aware, was not aware, now when you look at Ablado, when I came to Lagos, Ablado was empty. That was many, many years ago when I lived in Lagos. Ablado was empty. It was an empty, swampy area. That place where you find, the only thing you can see around there was AIT. Now, suddenly, people start buying lands and start building. Now, they left them to build the land. I mean, to build in those land. The question you should be asking yourself, does it mean that the government will not see them when one person came, build, second person came, build, third person came, build, and people were building? What was the actions of the government when people started building those houses? Was it not the right thing to do if that place is illegal, if it is not, if it is illegal structures or those who are building their houses, is it not the right of the government to hurt them by coming there and sealing the place so that people will stop building? You don't allow people to build after they finish building, after many, many, many years. You now decided that it's time to demolish. That is evil personified. That is to show that what you are doing is pure wickedness. You are doing it because you hate these people. Because if you know that that place is not supposed to build, you're supposed to stop them immediately and start building. Because you were there watching them building those houses. You watch them turn that swampy area into a city. You saw one person, them build 1, 2, 3, 4 until the houses there are over 1,000 houses. You saw them started building those houses. Why didn't you do anything? Why do you have to allow them to, after building, then in 2023, suddenly, you remember that they built on roads? You remember that they built on industrial area? To me, it is not so. It is a personal vendetta. The person that ascended into power, he has a personal grievances against these particular people, Biafran people, Igbo people in particular. In this matter, I don't know what I'm feeling. Sometimes I feel hot. Sometimes I feel sad. Sometimes I feel disappointed. I feel everything for our people because all this is started or is happening because of what P2B support for P2B brought on our people. Today, if you ask them, look at me here sweating, talking about what our people are passing through in Lagos State. Look at me feeling this brokenness in me for what my people are passing through. Part of what they are passing through, they brought it upon themselves. They created this space for the enemy to attack. And remember, they said when you break the fence, snake bites. Our people, their support for P2B brought this upon them. Because when we're shouting, pre-election, we were here all over the social media calling on our people to stand down. And it is not possible. That thing you are looking for, that thing that you want to do, is not going to be possible in the Zoological Republic. Let us reserve this energy for Biafra. Let us put this energy for Biafra restoration. That is when you will say, I want this person to be my president. I want this person to be my governor. I want this person to be my local government chairman. I want this person to be my mayor. And it will be so because majority of people casted their vote for him. But in Zoological Republic, it is not so. We were talking to you people, we were calling you people, we were bringing you people, trying to call you people back, trying to tell you that Peter Obi is nothing but a distraction. Peter Obi is nothing but a setup. Peter Obi is going to bring death, nothing to you people. We told you guys, but you people, as usual, in your stubborn nature, you refuse to learn from the history. You refuse to learn. Today, where is Peter Obi? Everything you are passing through in Nigeria, in Lagos State, in particular today, what is Peter Obi's words and actions? Now, let me show you a tweet from our barrister Aloy Ejimako. Hashtag Lagos demolitions. It's time for entire Igbo leadership to pay a visit to Jide Sanwo-Olu and at official BAT. This should include the NAS caucus, all the governors, the clergy, traditional and civic leaders. They shouldn't beg. Instead, they should issue an ultimatum, a cease and desist. Now, look at what Barrister Aloy Ejimako wrote here. And who is Barrister Aloy Ejimako talking to here? He's talking to both Peter Obi. Has Peter Obi made any move to douse this tension? Has Peter Obi made any move to call Sanwo-Olu and Lagos State government, as a matter of fact, to order? Has Peter Obi said anything to official BAT? Peter Obi should be the one gathering people, trying to call those so-called Igbo leaders, those so-called National Assembly representatives, caucus, and all the governors. He should be on top of it. Peter Obi should by now understood that our people is what they're passing through now is out of their love for him. That our people gave up their freedom, they gave up their peace for him. Peter Obi should be everywhere. Now, doing what Barrister Aloy Ejimako tweeted. Listen, this should be what Peter Obi should be doing. But Barrister Aloy Ejimako, everything you have tweeted, as always, is on point. You are one of those in our land who has always given out everything they have for our people. They're intellectuals. They have, most importantly, you have given everything for Mazi Kanu's freedom. And you are still giving. And I appreciate you for that. But I want you to understand that when you talk about Igbo leaderships or leadership, or when you talk about the National Assembly caucus, when you talk about the governors, when you talk about clergymen, we talk about traditional and civil leaders, civic leaders, I want you to know that these people, they are as helpless, they are as handicapped as we are, as we were. Do not be confused by the name National Assembly, by the name governors, by the name clergy, by the name these. They are as helpless and handicapped as we were, because they have sold their rights for a pot of porridge. They could not give ultimatums. I want you to know. To who? If it were, listen, remember, just few weeks ago, when governor of Abia State shut down Banta Market because of the atrocities, abominations, death that were going on there. There was a northern group immediately issue an ultimatum. They threatened to eject our people from the north. That is what is called proactive. Those guys, they are always proactive. They are not always in defense, just like as we were in our land. In our own land, we are always on the defense. We are always, everything you said here is all. They should give an ultimatum, but who has the boss? Is it Ohaneze? Is it those clowns, those sold out, those saboteurs, those enemies in our land, those stooges? Is it those agents that are always there to kill and destroy our people? Are they the ones who are going to speak up for our people? Are they the ones going to give ultimatum to someone? What ultimatum are they going to give? Unfortunately, they are not in our land. We are the ones scattered, literally all over their lands. So how are you going to, where is the prison going to come from? If you say they want to give ultimatum, who is going to bear the brunt? Do we have Yoruba people doing their businesses, investing massively in our land? The answer is no, we don't have such things. We don't have it. So the reprisal is not going to be effective. There is no way you can say, you can give ultimatum to them and it will stand. What are you going to use as a yardstick here? What are you going to use to hold them? Because they don't have anything, they don't have investment in our land, they don't have anything in our land whatsoever, and there's no presence of those guys in our land. That is why they have it as a weapon. They have it as a weapon against us, issuing ultimatum to us each time they feel threatened by our activities. So I want you to know that we don't have leaders. What we have, you can describe those people we have as Kotumas. We have Kotumas. You know what Kotuma is? Kotuma. These people, they don't have power, they don't have authority over their counterparts in Nigeria. They do not have something. They do not have the power. They don't have anything to tell these people or give them ultimatum. That's like it could have been possible if we have anything in our land. But these people does not have anything in our land. So how are you going to give them ultimatum? It's not going to be possible. And those guys you expect that they should stand up for our people, it's not impossible. It's not possible. Okay, look at it. How long now? How long now our people have been going through hell in Lagos State? What has those people in Senate or in National Assembly or whatever you call them, what have they said in unison? What have they said? They have said nothing. What about the governors? What have they said? Nothing. What about the traditional clergy, whatever you call them? Have they said anything? The answer is no. Why? Because they are handicapped. They are as helpless as we are. They can't do nothing because they have sold themselves, brought themselves under their fellow, their counterparts, or whatever you call them. They don't have anything to say. They are helpless. They can't bite. Otherwise, do you think that if we had people to speak for us in national, that we will be passing through what we're passing through in Nigeria today? No. If we have people in national, do you think the seaports in our land will not be working today? No. We have those who can talk. We have those who can stage a walkout. Have you heard that our people staged a walkout? No. Even if they staged a walkout, it won't be recognized. It won't shake the zoo. They won't. The only time that the zoo will shake, the only time the zoo will begin to shift ground is when these clowns realized that the only solution and the only weapon they have is Biafra. That is when the zoo will say, oh, finally these people have woken, and they will start doing something. But as it stands today, they believe in Nigeria. Why do they believe in Nigeria? They believe in Nigeria because it's a corrupt system and they benefit from it. They want to go there so they could come down to the east and display their wealth. They want to go to Abuja, fall down, knock their head on the floor, bow to Alhaji and whoever that is in charge, get that power and come down to our land to oppress us. Just like in the case of Hope Uzodinjo today. So, the reason why they will never support Biafra is because they have seen the future and they have been able to dictate and know that Biafra is going to be a place where rule of law will be the order of the day. They're able to know that in Biafra, corruption will not be condoned. They know that in Biafra, equality will be the order of the day. It will be a mantle in the hand of every citizen and non-citizen. As long as you reside in Biafra land, you have equality. They know all these things and they don't want it. They want where they will be the only eye in the middle of the blinds. So that when you talk about anything, they will tell you, yeah, I'm the reason why you eat. They want to go to Abuja, come down to our land, give us fractions, share money, but they will not bring development to our land. They will not go and dredge the River Niger. They will not go and do whatever that is needful. They will not go and build industries in our land. They will not do all these things. They would rather take those things to where? To the north or to the west. So that when they come back, we worship them. Just like in the case of this man, let me show you what I'm talking about.
Government who help us to solve it. We have the money, but how can we share it? Can you share it here? It's war. Only Governor Torudo will know how to share it. Now, my dear governor, I don't want to waste time. I will buy you 5 billion naira early next year. So you can share it when you feel that it's good. 5 billion naira.
Did you listen to him? This is what they want. You see how he made it 5 billion naira. When you hear 5 billion naira, 5 billion naira. We have the money, but we don't know how to share it. Why are you coming to share money? How much you think if you split 5 billion into over 7 or 8 million individuals living in that state. If you split it by 5 billion, do you think they will still get anything? How long do you want to continue to go bring billions and share to people who will go and eat it? What? You people went to Nigeria, learned the Alimajiri system and brought it into our land. Just like you brought everything that we see today into our land. People will talk about, oh, it is in the tradition of Ndi Igbo to obey money and respect money. It's not in our tradition. It is a foreign, it is brought into our land. In the old Igbo culture, who are the kings? But today, look at it. Who are the kings today? Retired criminals, retired 419ers, retired drug dealers, thieves. As long as you have money, they will give you the Igwe of the land. That is why when you come to our land, in our land today, autonomous communities scattered all over the place, because when this village have one rich man, that rich man will say, I want autonomous for my people, because this, because that. He will start using money to press for it. And our people will be obeying money. When they have a king who is not rich, they will say, no, this king don't have money. He can't speak to politicians. He can't speak to government. We need somebody who has money, somebody who can eat and dine with. Forgotten that when you talk about king, you're talking about the somebody that will maintain, that will sustain our culture and our tradition. There is not somebody who is rich. Kingship does not have anything to do with government, national government. All that kingship has to do is to maintain the culture and tradition of their people. But today they have made it to look as if kings is about politics. That if your king does not have long leg in politics, you are not doing anything. That is why now, if you are not educated, you can't be a king. But before, some people, their kingship is by inheritance. Some people is by turn by turn. After this village, that village, and is by those who merit it, who knows what culture and tradition is about, who respect it, those who know how to respect their village and their villagers. Today, what is happening? You go to the city, you make money, whether by crook or anyhow, you come back, throw the money up and down, people will bow down, you take over their leadership, and you destroy everything. Tomorrow, there will be competition everywhere. Tomorrow, you call that criminal, come and give him title. You call the other criminal, give him chieftaincy title. You don't care what he's doing. You don't want to care what he's doing, how he's surviving. You don't care his behavior, or if he's going to bring respect to this community, or he's going to bring disrespect to this community. No, you don't care. All you care is that, oh, he has money. Today, people used to use it to talk to us. That is not who we are. In the olden days, we don't even have kings. We have Eze. You know what is Eze? Eze Akajiofo. Most of these people you see that parade themselves as kings, they don't have Ofo. They don't rule with it. And you call them kings. I want you to know that these people, look at
the woman who helped us to solve it. We have the money, but how can we shy? Can you shy it? It's war. Only Governor Sorudo will know how to shy. Now, my dear Governor, I don't want to waste time. I will buy you 5 billion naira. Adding next year. So you can share it where you feel that is good. 5 billion naira.
Did you hear? He keep talking about 5 billion naira. In his mouth is heavy. 5 billion naira, we have money, but we don't know how to share it. Why are we Almajiris now? We are now Almajiris. We are now in the north, where the Alhaji will go after going to Abuja and stealing money. You come back and the Almajiris will stand in the queue and he will give them 1,000. They will bowing down with plates in their hands. Is that what you want to bring down to our land? You want to be sharing money to instead of you to talk about how to bring industries, how to bring development into our land. Instead of you to talk about how you're going to raise millionaires, how you're going to make things happen in our land, how you're going to talk about, okay, is it money that made our people not to all of them to leave our land and go to Lagos State? Okay, now, what are we going to do? Let me call my fellow billionaires or trillionaires. Let me call them together. Let us put heads together and see if we can at least solve this problem of seaport in our land. That is when you bring viable development and helping our people in positive direction, not by bringing just 5 billion and share. Tomorrow you say, but I shared 5 billion to them. What do you think they're going to do with it? Nothing. So Ludo, you are giving 5 billion, he's going to take at least 4 billion and he will bring 1 billion and share to those people. And tomorrow you hear that some get 500 naira. But to you shared 5 billion. We don't need those things. We need, look at what is happening in our land. Our people have left our land and virtually staying in foreign land because there is no development, there is no seaport. That is the only reason why people left our land. Like I told you a story before, in the past, all our people had their head office stationed in our land. This madness, this wave of building mansions in Lagos State started newly. It was not like that before. It's a trend that started about a few years ago. Before, it was not like that. You know, our people, when something is in vogue, everybody wants to do it. That is why within a short period of time, they are able to cover almost half of Lagos State, or more than Lagos State. In fact, they have finished Lagos State. They are now into Ogun State, developing and be going. Before you know it, they will end up in Ijebu-Ode. Our people should learn. That is my message. If you are making money in a foreign land, as Nigeria is today, after making that money, take it back home. Akurono, Okowebos. That is the only thing that you know you have. Even if I have all the money in this world, I'm not going to invest outside Igbo land. No, not for now. Now that Biafra is not here, I'm talking about. But if Biafra is here tomorrow, I can invest in any part of Biafra land, knowing that there is law that covered me. But as it is now, with the experience of what happened after the Nigerian genocide, Biafra genocide, I mean to say, I will not like to invest in any part that is not Igbo land. Every of my investment is in Igbo land. That is what I'm trying to say. I said, you that is watching me, I want you to know that if you continue to invest in the land of the North or in the land of the Yorubas, tomorrow you are going to regret it. It's better for you to take that money, invest it in, if you are living in diaspora, it's better for you to invest it in that country where you are. It's better for you if you don't want to invest it in Igbo land. It's better for you to invest it in that land where you are, or any part of the world. As long as you have money, you can invest in any part of the world, anywhere you want, in Canada, in Australia, in Europe, in the Asian, anywhere. And that property will be protected by the law of the land that is viable, not the one that is dead, like the one in the Zoological Republic. That is what I'm trying to say to you this evening. Enough. We have lost too much. And if Biafra tarries, we will continue to lose. I always come with this advice that our people will may queue in into this struggle. Let me tell you something. Nobody lives here forever. We live here for a period of time and we are gone forever and ever, never to come back to see those we left behind, how they are doing. The only thing that we can leave for them is the legacy, good one. Legacy that we left behind is what we tarry with them forever. That is why I said to you, as a father, as a mother, whatever you are doing today, know it that you are not doing it for yourself, but for your children and the generation that your children will give birth to. Because if our fathers, those who fought Biafran War, if their eyes were to be opened then, before they surrendered, if their eyes were to be opened to see what we, their offsprings, are passing through today, they may never surrender. They will decide to fight and die, knowing fully well that they are not leaving anybody behind to suffer this way. Go through what we are going through today. They would have fought more. But because their eyes were closed, they could not see the future. They surrendered, thinking that, oh, we have done enough, we are giving enough. Now, from here, going forward, everything will be fine. They don't know that the mistake of fighting and run away is more expensive than fighting to die, fighting to death. What we are facing today in Zoological Republic shows that the death of those people in 1967, 1970 amounts to nothing. That is exactly what it's saying. Because what they fought for, what our people fought for, is for freedom, for equality. But today, our people lost everything. Up to date, freedom still eludes our people. So, I want you to know that what you are fighting for, or Biafra we're talking about, is for you or children not to go through what you are going through today in the hands of your fellow compatriots, fellow Nigerians. Because what you are seeing today, you are going through today, is going to be like a joke to what your children is going to go through in their own time. Just like what our fathers went through in their own time is like a joke compared to what we are passing through today in Zoological Republic. So I want you to know that the right thing to do is to support the agitation. That is the only lasting solution to your problem. So you can invest, knowing fully well that your investments are secured, safe, even from generation to generation, and nothing is going to go wrong with your investment. Not the one that you will invest tomorrow, it will be forcefully taken away from your children with an excuse that their father built or made investment in a wrong place. That is the message. And I want our people to listen to what is happening. Those who are not living in Lagos State, and they are thinking that what is happening to people in Lagos State is the problem of those in Lagos State. Wait until it gets to your turn. Only then will you know that what goes round comes around. Whoever that hates your father will never like you. Whosoever that killed your father will never spare you. That is what you must know and understand. These people hate us not because of the wrong we did to them, not because of our mistakes. They hate us simply because CHUKWUOKIKEABIAMA blessed us above them. That is the only problem what we have. That is the only thing that created problem to us. And CHUKWUOKIKEABIAMA did not bless us above them for us to die. No, he gave us blessings. He blessed us above them, and he also gave us wisdom so that we can be able to use our blessings and never allow it to kill us. But as it is today, we are using that blessings and we throw away the brains and wisdom that he gave to us. We refuse to apply that wisdom into the blessings that he gave us so that we can live and enjoy the blessings of God in our lives. That is why we are open. That is why we are vulnerable. That is why we are being killed at every turn and every provocation. We are the people that suffered loss of lives, loss of properties. I want you to know that the only solution to all these things you are going through today, if you that is watching me, your house is part of those houses that is being demolished, let me tell you something. I know that as foolish and stubborn as our people may be, if tomorrow Lagos state government calls them back and said, okay, now we want you people to pay 300 million to reclaim your land, your property back, then build whatever you want to build there. I know some of our people will foolishly give that money if they have it. They have never learned their lessons. Their fathers did not learn their lessons. They too refused to learn from their fathers. Because some of those people who lost their investment in Nigeria still went back when they made money to purchase properties outside Igbo land today. Some of them is alive. Their children, the children they gave birth to, is busy purchasing properties. They didn't see any reason to call their child back with the experiences that he had in the past. You never see that. That is the foolishness of our people. They refuse to learn. But if you want to learn, I want you to know that Biafra is the only solution. And the earlier you know this and start supporting this struggle, the better for you. Because when we get Biafra, you are free, I am free, our children, our offsprings, our generation are born, everybody will be free. And all the problem will solve. Your children will be happy and glad that they inherited a country that gave them this freedom that they enjoy. And they will always pray that your spirit continues to live in peace. Not the type of prayer we pray for Azikiwe today. We pray that Azikiwe should come and die again and die again. We pray that Azikiwe will never find peace wherever he may be. If he's in hell, the hell he should be is where it is hot. The hottest part of the hell. That is where Azikiwe should be. Because we are suffering today because of the mistakes of Azikiwe. Azikiwe brought us to this point. We are suffering it. Did Azikiwe know that we are going to be suffering like this? No. Azikiwe thought he was doing the right thing. He wanted a one beautiful, big Nigeria where Igbo man can go to the north and live. Even when the obvious was staring to him, he refused to ignore it and looked at it as one of those things. But today, we were not born then. Most of us were not born those days. But look at it. We are partakers of the struggle, of the suffering, of the death, of the humiliation. We are partakers of it. Some of us left our lands 50 years, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 15 years ago. They have never set their legs in our ancestral lands. Not that they don't want to, but where are they going back to? That is why any man that has his brain intact as a Biafran should start supporting the agitation and liberation of Biafra. We're not asking you to come and do what you cannot do. All we ask you is let your money do what you cannot do. Let your money speak where your mouth cannot speak. Let your money go where your legs cannot go. Let your hands do what, let your money do what your hands cannot do. Some people are ready to pay the price for this. All they ask is that their men, their kingsmen, their fellow Biafran who has the resources to give them the support they need. All they require is your support. Give it to them. Forget this belief that Nigeria is going to favor you. Nigeria can never favor you because Nigeria was never built or put in place to favor you. So I want you, as a Biafran who reside in Lagos in particular, I want you to know that we know what you are passing through. We are feeling what you are feeling. When you cry, we cry with you. When you shed tears, we shed tears with you. When you feel sad, when your heart is saddened, our hearts are also saddened. We want you to know we are with you all the way, and we shall continue to be with you, even though you brought this on yourself, even though because of your foolishness and support for Toby, what you are passing through today was brought upon you. We know that mistake or mistakes is necessary sometimes because some people had to learn hard way. Some people had to learn when it happens to them directly. Some learn when it happens to others. Unfortunately, our people, like they say, only was some mirror, wrong was oh, it's true. Because we fall into that category where we learn when it happens to us. I believe that what is happening to us today, we clear at least 70% of our foolishness, belief in one Nigeria. Support Biafra. We can do it. We can achieve it. I tell you, we have gone so far that it is impossible for us to go back. All we need is push, constant push, continuous push. That is all we need. And who is going to be pushing us? You. I want what's happening to you today in Lagos State to be a motivation to make you to have a rethink. Don't be part of those who has vowed. I heard one woman, I watched a video of a woman who said, who is making mockery of those who asked them to come down to East. She was making mockery of them. She kept telling them, oh, we continue to invest in Lagos State. We continue to invest, which, I don't, oh goodness. I was watching, if I, out of anger, I couldn't finish that video because I saw ignorance speaking. The lady was speaking. I don't know if she's married, because if that lady is married, actually married, the husband does not have anybody. She can't give him, his husband, any good advice. She's not a helpmate to her husband, never. From what came out of her mouth, that lady opened her mouth and said, you want everybody to come back to the east, to Igbo land or to east. Is it how do you think east is going to occupy everybody? Do you think we are going to east is going to occupy all of us if we should come back to our land? I look at this woman, I listen to the woman, I say, what the hell? What is she saying? Does this kind of people still exist in this world? So is this woman telling me that our land cannot occupy us, even when it is impossible that we all could not stay in our land? But all the people that stays in Nigeria, in Lagos State, for instance, are you telling me that they could not? Lagos State, I mean, our land is too small to occupy them. Is that what that person is saying? These are the people that when you get entangled with them, you have one destination: destruction. I pity a man that is married to that lady. If mistakenly she's married, she said that our land is not going to contain us. Meaning what? Meaning that we have a very small. We are not even China that is over 1 billion. They still their land still contained. If our land is old, we start building skyscrapers. Even though it's not possible that everybody must live in our land, but what I'm telling you is that our land will contain us and contain us times 5. How many are we? Even if we are more than we are today, our land will still contain us. Are you for real? When you go to our land, when you go down to east, you will run over hours on a forest. You will be driving. You will not see any human being living there. And this lady will come and tell you that those who are asking our people to come back, is our land is not going to occupy us, so we are not going to, all of us cannot come back because our land is not going to occupy us. I mean, yes, contain us. We're not going. It's not going to contain us. We are too big. We are too. That lady is a mistake. That lady is not worthy to be somebody's wife, because I tell you truth, the husband of that lady will continue to make expensive mistake. These are part of those ladies. When you get married to them, your children is lost. Your children are lost because first she will do what? She will never speak your language to them, because she's not proud of who she is, and she's not proud of where she comes from. Because the excuses she's given or she gave is just out of ignorance. She's telling you that our land is too small to occupy, to contain us. Who says that? How many are we, for goodness sake? Are we even smaller than most of the countries in the world? We are big, so big. A lot of places are untapped. A lot of places in our land. Nobody has gone there before to live. A lot of lands. You go to some places, you can walk, you can drive some hours, you will not see any human being staying there. And this woman will come out here and tell you that I don't blame them, because in the zoo, one person will build a house that will occupy a village. Only him will be staying there. He thinks it's like that in developed world. It's not like that in developed world. You build and you don't waste. In our land, they waste lands. When Biafra comes, we will not waste lands. We will make use of our land judiciously. We will not waste our lands. Even if we want to build mansions, we will make sure we are not wasting lands, just like as it stands today in the zoo. So I want you to know that we have enough space to contain us and contain our generations unborn. CHUKWUOKIKEABIAMA knew that we are going to come. That is why he gave us a land where we are occupying today. And that land is enough to occupy us. And after we are gone, those who comes after us, we also live in the land. We are not going to leave our land to go and stay in another man's land, saying that our place is small. Our place is never small. We have enough. And that enough is enough to occupy us. So do not listen to, when you come across such people, know that it's the devil speaking through her. You shouldn't listen to her. You shouldn't take her word serious. Just go ahead and do the needful. I want you to support the agitation for Biafran restoration. And I commend those Biafrans, those in Biafran land who still insist on Monday sit at home for the protest, for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Okukanu. Those who still maintain and insist that until they see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Monday sit at home has become a law. I say to you, kudos. Kudos to you. CHUKWUOKIKEABIAMA Premier. We recognize your sacrifices because you are fighting your own battle. You are fighting your own agitation. You are fighting for your own Biafra. That is your own way of agitating. So we encourage you to continue, because today, because of your effort, because of what you are doing, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still being talked about. Because of what you are doing, the zoo still remember that there is somebody that they illegally detained. They still remember that somebody that they kidnapped is still in their hand. I want you to know that we appreciate you, even though we are not in the land of Biafra, but wherever we are, we acknowledge your sacrifices. And I tell you one thing, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out, mark this word, he's going to commend you. He is going to talk about your efforts, your sacrifices, and he's going to say thank you to you, because it is not easy for people to recognize those who has paid or who is paying the price for their freedom. It is only those who are grateful that will recognize the sacrifices of those fighting for them. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows, and he recognizes it. Even though he is not the one who sent you. But it is very, very, very good and very, very effective and very, very appreciable when you, from your heart, just as you are doing today, decided to support him this way. You will always be remembered. You will be written in the history book of Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never forget this. I bet you, I tell you one thing. He will never forget it. He will always be grateful that after all, you knew that he exists. In fact, what you are doing today will only encourage him to fight further. It will always encourage him to continue fighting for you, because he knew that you are grateful. He knew that you are willing to pay any price for his freedom. You are willing to give up anything you are doing for his freedom. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never forget this. I tell you the truth. So I encourage you to continue. It's always over. Just few more time, all this will come to an end, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to come out, and we all will rejoice for this battle. We are fighting it. We are not fighting it. Don't worry about those who have sold out. Don't worry about them. The history will always call them out. You see those who are sold out? Those who are into Nigerian politics, one leg in Nigerian politics, one leg in Biafra agitation. You see those people, Biafra struggle has taking them out. They themselves, they knew. They knew they are no more part of the struggle. So I want you, do not consider their activities today. When they discourage you, when they call you a non-entity, when they call you an idiot, when they say what you are doing, you are wasting your time, tell them that whatever you are doing is your own way of agitating for Biafra. Because what you are doing shows you are in support of Biafra restoration. What you are doing shows you want Biafra. You are ready. You are good to go. That is what your actions are showing today. And we are grateful and thankful to you for everything you are doing. And I say to you, do not worry. Soon, Biafra will be restored and you will see Biafra. You that is sitting at home for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released, you will see Biafra. It will not happen behind you. I tell you this. You will see Biafra because you paid the price for Biafra. And for the fact that you paid the price for Biafra, Biafran spirit has already recognized you and it will sustain you until Biafra is restored. That is my belief and prayer for you. And it will come to pass. I want you to know that. Let us keep believing and hoping that our leader will get out of that place on the 15th or even before then. The truth is that he has no business being there. But what can we do? We have found ourselves where we find ourselves today, and we have to live with it until we do the needful, just as we are doing today. That is why we must not give up. We must not look back. Those who have fallen, we must not consider them. They have decided to fall. Biafra is a moving train. Immediately you fall, you go. The train keep moving. So hang in there. We are almost at the end of the tunnel. I can see the light. I want you to have this in mind. Whatever you can do for Biafra to be restored, do it, said the prophet Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is without envy. He is without jealousy. He does not care who is doing what. As long as what you are doing is in line with Biafra restoration. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu detests and abhors any saboteur. If you want to be his enemy, become a saboteur. If you want to be his friend, become a freedom fighter. It does not matter the platform where you are fighting from. As long as you are fighting for the freedom of your people, you are doing what is right. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is on your side, I assure you. So do not be surprised. Do not be discouraged. Do not move with fear. Go without fear. Do whatever you are doing as long as it is in the interest of Biafrans. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never fight against you. He has never done it before. He will not start doing it today. That is what those fallen angels want you to know. This is what they don't want you to know. That is why they will tell you, oh, you are doing this, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They made you to believe that by your actions, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's leader position is threatened. That is why they want to tell, in every turn, in every move you make, they want to make you understand that you are threatening our leader's position. For them, it's about position, position, position. That is why they can do anything to maintain and retain their position, just like their fathers and masters are doing in the Zoological Republic. In the zoo, they are willing to wipe out a whole village for them to maintain and retain their position, just like what we witness in Imo State. Just like what we are witnessing in the Zoological Republic national election. Just like what we witness in all the Zoological Republic. they are willing to go to an extra mile to maintain and retain their position. That is what they thought that they could bring into our struggle, believing that leadership is about forcefulness. No, leadership is not by force. People will accept you willingly and they will induce you into their lives. Without that, you are not a leader, but what? You are a dictator. Mazi Nnamdi is not a dictator. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not a dictator. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu creates room for everyone to thrive. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gives you this go-ahead. He tells you whatever you know you can do for Biafra to come, I give you 100% my support. Do it. All I need is Biafra. It doesn't matter how it comes. All we need is Biafra. I want you to always have this in mind and know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not without hatred, without jealousy and envy. He hates it. He talks about it. He said, we, the Igbo people, we have these things, this cardinal devilish gift, envy, greedy, jealousy. These are the undoing of our people. He abhors it. He noticed and he read it out of his life. That is why he's able to succeed in this struggle. That is why he has made this massive progress in our agitation. That is why he is in the dungeon today. Men are still fighting, dying for him. That is why we are here speaking, talking to you, so that you do not fall for the tricks that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is threatened by the activities of the agitators today. I want you to have it in mind as I'm going to end this program right here, right now. By the grace of CHUKWUOKIKEABIAMA, I pray that you continue to stand where you are standing. Continue to believe in what you are believing, which is Biafra. And know it, that whether come rain, come shine, Biafra is a goal. No going back, no surrender, no retreat. For us, moving. And until we get to the point where we are going to, we will never stop. That is my message. From here, from me, from here, it is good night to you all.